Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your reading for you and them for the week of July 25th through August 1st. Please like and share and subscribe and all that cool stuff. If this doesn't resonate with you, please be sure and check your moon sign and your rising sign, and then also your Venus sign and the other person's Mars sign. Also, if you'd like a private reading from me, you can go ahead and shoot me an email. The email address is in the description. It is Elise, and it's ELIISE Marie Tarot 88 at gmail.com. Right now, the readings are $20 for 20 minutes, and that's up to 3 questions, and then $30 for 30 minutes, but my 30-minute readings go a little bit longer. They're usually just until I stop getting the messages or the messages kind of complete, so it's anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour typically. So let's just jump into it. The first card that I pulled for you is King of Wands. So this is definitely... It's definitely your energy. It's definitely an energy where you are feeling on top of your game or in your element right now, because he's got it handled. And it's kind of like you already know the direction you want to go, how you want to do it, or you've at least gotten yourself to the point that you know that you are capable of doing what you want to do. I feel like with this particular King of Wands, he is kind of, I don't know if you can see his face there because there's a little bit of a glare, but he's kind of lackluster a little bit in his picture. I don't feel like it's because there's no excitement or anything, but I feel like he is in a kind of like a, you know, the crouch that a tiger does before he pounces. It's kind of like that. Getting ready, got the poker face on. Poker face, that's what it is. It's like he's got a poker face. So I feel like, Leo, you're kind of embodying some of that energy right now. It's like you have a plan, you have a mission in mind that you want to complete, but you're kind of keeping your cards close to your chest right now, and it's not really something that you're, proclaiming or making everybody know. The next card that I have for you is the Nine of Pentacles card. So I feel like these two kind of go hand in hand. You could be dealing with an earth sign too, because embodying some of this energy could be earth that you're, picking up or trying to, part of you is responding to from your partner. I'm not sure, but I feel like with this King of Wands here and this Nine of Pentacles, they're both kind of in the same place where they're good. I'm good with myself either way. Like, whether this relationship, you may want this relationship to progress, but you're at a point where you're okay even if it doesn't. Or, you might be disappointed, but it's not earth-shattering. It's not going to destroy you. So I feel like with this Nine of Pentacles, it's kind of like you've spent some time or you're spending time to get on top of your stuff. To get on top of your stuff financially, to get on top of your stuff emotionally and personally. Like, you are really trying to cut out the BS and bring together your resources or yourself or your, what you want for you. So it is a focus on yourself kind of a situation, but it's focusing on yourself for the greater good, for your future plans. And the next card that I have for you is the Three of Cups card. So this could be a reunion. It could be that that could be what your trajectory is here, is to, you're in your element right now and really working on getting your foundation straight, your money straight, your emotions straight, getting everything stable, and then maybe this reunion will take place. The Three of Cups can also be like a celebration or a friendship card. So it could be that you're finding yourself through your friends too. Like, maybe you were so distraught or focused on or almost obsessive about a situation that you've realized that you've kind of neglected some of your friends, or you've neglected what you normally do, or who you're normally around, and people that you typically hang out with, or things like that. So it could be that this card is embodying that you could be spending more time with legit friends that, you know, not necessarily romantic, but having a good time and spending time together and rebuilding those relationships and connections. It could be something like that. It can also be this, it could also be with the Nine of Pentacles here and the Three of Cups. It could also be that you are able to now feel like you can show celebration through like treating other people. So you might be taking your friends out to dinner, or taking, even if it is a romantic partner, you take them out, but it's you being able to celebrate the success that you've had in a way that doesn't put you out. It's not, you know, not over the top spending or anything like that. You're able to do it. You're not giving more than you can give. You're able to do it. So that's what I'm picking up on this side over here, is that you are, and this is, you know, you've got water, you got fire, and you've got earth there. So these are very tamed, kind of balanced energies. You know, fire is a really high vibration type of energy, and then you've got earth and water that are a little bit steadier energies to kind of balance out that fire. So I feel like you're feeling very balanced right now. As far as the other person, the first card that I have for them is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups here, I feel like it is embodying the typical options. I feel like they have options available to them. I feel like it's one of those situations where it's not necessarily to discount you. They're just aware that they have options, or they could be talking to several people, even though, and I know that it's hard to hear it, but at the same time, I think we can all kind of relate to those situations where it's like, okay, well, but you're not in my head, so I know that I might be talking to this person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that my heart isn't over here. This is just talking, or just what, you know, just enjoying the attention, or just, you know, doing this. It may not be a real deep, like, devious type thing. It could just be they're being selfish, and they're trying to fulfill their need for reassurance or approval, or for somebody to tell them what they want to hear. It could be a situation like that. And the only reason I say that is not necessarily to defend it, but because I understand it, because I can feel that feeling right now. I'm feeling like it's kind of like, okay, but you're not in my head. See, if you were in my head, you would recognize that that's no threat to you whatsoever. It's just feeding this ego right now. That's all it is that it really doesn't mean anything. It's just because I can. That's what I keep hearing that. It's just because I can. It's just because I can. I mean, it's just because I can. That's how I honestly feel like it is. I feel like to this person, it's not inconsequential. It doesn't even matter. Like, I don't even know why you're upset about it. But for you, it's a big, big thing. You know what I mean? To feel like you are not stable in this situation. So, and like, this could be vice versa. It could be flip-flopped. It could be that you are embodying that energy, but really, this line over here I'm getting for you, because this is how I did the spread. So, I mean, yes, it could flip-flop still, but I really think that this is you over here and this is them. So you've definitely got somebody who is kind of playing around with their options, talking to a bunch of different people, maybe seeing what kind of attention they can get. And it could just be, like I said, it is an ego-driven thing. So it could just be to see what people have to say, or, you know, they just want to hear that they're pretty, or they just want to hear that they're so hot and attractive and sexy and blah, 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 blah. Not that you don't give them those things, but, you know, some people just like to cast a wide net in order to fill up something that they haven't filled within themselves. So it's kind of like they just want to see what they get for it. I don't necessarily think, like I said, I keep hearing it's just because I can. So I'm thinking it's more along the lines of, it's not a threat to you, even though it is not, you know, not something that you want to stand for. But in their mind, it's not a threat to you because it means nothing to them. Like, you're not in their head, so it means nothing to them. In their head, it doesn't mean anything. So I think that's kind of what I'm picking up from this here. And the next card that I have kind of reaffirms that. This is the Page of Cups here. This is a very immature energy. It's very like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm losing my words today. It's a very kind of flaky energy, or it's just kind of like they are flippant about it. Like, they may make professions of love, or It's exaggerating is what it is. It's exaggeration of their feelings. But I feel like this has to do a lot more with this Seven of Cups card than it does with you. I feel like this is a show. They're in a showy phase right now where they feel like they're putting on a performance. And they're putting on a performance, but this performance is something that, like, with your card spread over here, I kind of feel like this is a performance that you kind of seen it before. Like, it's nothing, this is nothing new, this is just what they do, this is how they do it, and they'll be right back where they were, you know, trying to get my attention again as soon as it goes away or whatever. I feel like it's a very immature energy, and it's a very wishy-washy type of a love where, yes, the love exists. Like, there is love here. This person is capable of that, but they're not there right now. Right now, they're going off just the surface of it. It's just kind of, it's for show. It's like putting on a play. That's how it feels like that with this Page of Cups here. Excuse me. And the next card that I have is the Moon card. And in this particular situation with this spread here, you definitely could be dealing with a water sign. I mean, I have air and fire and water and earth. Excuse me. Cough is still going on. I feel like, though, with this Moon card, I feel like this is a deception or trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Or I feel like this person really thinks that they're fooling people. Like, I feel like they kind of think that they're the ones playing this game and they're in control of this game. Like, they think that nobody can really see how immature and ridiculous their energy actually is. I feel like it is pretty obvious to people on the outside that, you know, like, nobody's going to take them seriously because of this dynamic right here, because this is all purely ego-driven stuff. It's just plain ego. And so I feel like with this Moon card here, there is a little bit of deception going on, or they think they've got deception going on. Like, they think that they're fooling people, but they're not really fooling people. I feel like with this Moon card here, it's kind of like they gave it their best shot. They gave it their best shot to be convincing, but I feel like you can see right through it. And not only can you see right through it, but they kind of know you can see right through it, because it's just, like, at this point, it just kind of looks silly. Like, you just kind of look silly to me. At this point, it's not really, I mean, it hurts. It sucks for me because, you know, I care about you or I love you, but you're not fooling anybody. Like, this is some retarded, that's retarded. Like, I lost respect for you a little bit right there. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting from it. And I feel like this Moon card is here because I keep hearing, like, Peter Pan. I keep feeling like this person doesn't want to grow up. Or that they're convinced that maybe they can keep playing this game for a while when really it's time to grow up. And I feel like they don't want to, but it's going to be forced. And the Central card is the Justice card. So I really do feel like it's going to be forced. And it's not going to be forced in a necessarily pleasant way. I feel like this Justice is attached to this other person pretty heavily. And it's attached to both of you, but I feel like it's attached to this other person pretty heavily, where it's saying that if they are not able to use the Page of Cups as a springboard to be like a new beginning, or to start over with a clean slate, or to actually put into motion, to put the actions behind the words. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like if they're going to just remain being a whole bunch of talk and inconsistency in the actions, this Justice is going to come in, and it's going to be swift, and it's going to be harsh, and it's going to suck to be them for a while. Because I feel like it's not only that the light's going to shine for you, who, just to remind you, you are in your element right now, and you have support. You are in your element. You are pulling your shit together. You're getting yourself into a place where you're comfortable, and you have support those around you. And I feel like this justice is going to come in and it's just going to demolish their little fairy world that they're living in right now, where, you know, everybody loves you and everybody thinks you're wonderful and you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, even though you can't hold a steady job or whatever it is, you know, whatever the situation is. I feel like this justice is going to come in because she can see right through you, and she's blindfolded. If she doesn't get to choose her favorite, she doesn't get to choose who, you know, whoever she likes the most, she comes in with a completely unbiased opinion and lays down the justice. And so I feel like that's what this is, this spread is saying here, is that she's going to be coming in, and this is going to wipe out their little world of where they think they're getting away with this gameplay and stuff that they're doing. But I also feel like this justice comes in, and on your side, I feel like she's connected to this Three of Cups, where it's going to be something that you are going to be able to take whatever is going to come into play. I do feel like this is temporary energy. I don't feel like this is like a long-term type of energy. It could be something that you've dealt with over and over again, but it feels temporary to me because with the justice here, it's going to force something to shift or something to change. And I feel like that's going to come from you. Like, you are going to be able to be in this strength enough that it's literally going to scare this person. Like, they're gonna think, oh my gosh, I actually lost them this time. Like, I for real lost them this time. And I feel like that's what has to happen if there's a chance that this person's gonna wake up. Because you're dealing with this little immature, ego-driven person who needs this constant reassurance from other people, constant attention from other people. They need it right now for some reason. Or they feel like they do, and they're willing to lie to get it. They're willing to lie. They're willing to hide things. They're willing to keep you in the dark about things because it serves their purpose. And so I feel like that's what this Justice card is here for. You are going to be able, and really I feel like that's what it's going to be. That is the wake up to whether or not this person recognizes their feelings for you or not. Because it has to be it has to be kind of a harsh and dramatic change. It's not going to be, you know, just like all of a sudden they're going to wake up and recognize their feelings for you. Something has to really shift, and it has to be something that's jarring to them. And I feel like that's what this is. This justice coming in on your side is going to put you in a position where, even if you haven't been in this position all the way up until now, it's going to put you in a position where you actually have the choice to walk away. It's not going to be like you're walking away against all these hurtful feelings or against all this pain trying to drag you back into it. I feel like you're going to be able to get to a point where you're balanced enough that if you choose to walk away, it's not done in such a horrendous way for you. I think you really would be at a point where you can say, okay, well, I'm going to go this way. And if you decide to figure out how to find me that way, then you can come. But if you don't, then you don't. And I'm moving on. So I feel like, and I don't feel like it's just going to be words. See, I feel like it's really easy for people to say those words. But to mean it, I feel like this Justice card is going to bring it to you where you mean it. Where you're not going to be so shook up emotionally that you can't actually do what you say you're going to do. I think that you're going to be able to do what you say you're going to do. And I feel like that's going to jar this person. Let me see if I can get some clarification on this Justice, though. Please clarify the Justice card for the sign of Leo, for them and the other person, July 25th to August 1st. What is this Justice card about as the central issue? Please clarify the Justice card here. Please clarify this Justice card for Leo for July 25th to August 1st for them and the other person. What is this Justice card here for? Okay, so yeah, The Justice card is clarified by the, oh, sorry, I can't see it, Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords right here, he's swift. He moves fast. He moves fast, and it's always, like, usually when I get the Knight of Swords, I kind of get the coming in hot feeling. You know, like they're coming in hot. They're coming in hot and low and fast. And I feel like that's what this is going to be. It's going to be so abrupt, and it's going to be so dramatic on this side of the board. Not necessarily for you. You're gearing up for this. That's why you're getting yourself in this position where you've got the balance for yourself. You are in your element. You're embodying your energy. And then you've got your, shit together as far as financially. You're working on that. You're getting to the point where you're focusing on your own hobbies, focusing on the things that you enjoy, focusing on your friendships. And these things allow for this Knight of Swords to come in with this Justice super, super fast. And it's going to knock this person off kilter. They're not going to know what to do with that. They're not used to you standing in your power, I feel like. I feel like they kind of feel like you're just always going to be there for them. And I feel like it's going to be really jarring for them. And so, I feel like that's the message that the universe is trying to send, or the universe, is trying to send you right now, is that this has to be dramatic. It can't be this little tiny, not much going on, different from one day to the next. I feel like it has to be pretty dramatic, and it's got to be long. It's got to be from a place of strength for you, because then you mean it. And if you mean it, then they're going to take you seriously, because they're used to being able to manipulate you or to work, word their way around it. I feel like, though, this is going to pin them to the wall a little bit to have to do something different, because you've flipped the script on them. They weren't prepared for this. So hopefully that resonates with you. But I do feel a lot of power on your side, which is awesome, Leo, because that's where you are. That's what you're the lion. That's what you embody, is this power. And so I feel like it's good to see that it's being used, because I feel like it's been pretty rough for you, or for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you. And so if this resonates with you, please let me know. I really appreciate hearing your stories, and I will talk to you at the beginning of August.